community. Embrace the culture. Wave in the peace. Become undeniable.
Oh shit.
Mama's truck.
You know, all this cold weather has really been having me think about how I'd like to live in Florida, which it's actually been a dream of mine for a while, and I just kind of put it off because I got stuck working in construction, and I was scared of the idea of the long, grueling summers, and to be honest, at this point, there's nothing I hate more than the winter. And I mean, it was like the real feel this morning was literally 0 degrees outside. And one of the issues, honestly, is just that the weather is really bipolar here. Like one weekend I'm at the beach and it's like 79 degrees outside. And then another weekend it's snowing and it feels like 0 degrees. And so you can't really acclimate to anything. And whenever the weather changes like that, you just feel like shit. You constantly have allergies. And I just always have this like feverish feeling. And I think it's just from the dramatic temperature changes. Like, we're literally we're having temperature swings of like 60 degrees on a regular basis. And it's like really humid here too and windy, and so when it's cold, it's really fucking cold, and when it's hot, it's pretty damn hot. And, I'd rather just live somewhere where it's warm year round. I don't really have to worry about it. You just acclimate to the warm and it just stays that way. Moreover, I think the keys to happiness are rooted in who you spend your time with and where you do so. And I think far too many people are complacent just doing what they're told and staying where they're put. And I also think a lot of people confide in traveling in order to satisfy their urges to live somewhere else or to cope with their, uneventful life and the monotony of their job and their environment. And so they like to go on lavish vacations to places where they would theoretically want to live. And instead of living somewhere else, they just stay where they grew up and have their comfortable job, and then to just travel like a week or two out of the year. And it's just, you can't enjoy traveling. It's stressful. It costs money, and you don't really get to cherish it. It's all it does is it builds resentment towards your life because you're escaping the monotony, and you're going to a little fantasy, and then you have to return from it. So for me, the only point of traveling has only been to figure out where I do and don't want to live. And I don't mean to complain by saying any of this or to come across as such, but I just think it's important to yearn in life until you're where you want to be, doing what you want to do, with whom you want to be doing whatever with. And I think it's human nature to feel a little bit of shame over not being content. It's like we're raised with an attitude of you have to eat all of your dinner to have dessert, and you have to be content with the food that your parents cooked for you. I mean, what if the food is fucking gross and it's not nourishing and it's not healthy? Like, what if your parents like ordered Little Caesars every night? Like, are you supposed to be content with that and thank them for shoving junk food down your throat? And I mean, it's like the same thing if you're born in some like shitty backwards ass town. Like, are you supposed to just be content and exist there the rest of your life? Is it a dishonor to your family if you leave? As these like tribal-oriented humans, creatures, animals, because we are animals. These pack-minded, whatever, the social creatures that we are, I think we're wired to feel shame over not being content with what we have, whether we want to admit it or not. No one wants to admit that they were ever wrong. If you make a big decision in life, or you land your dream job, and then it turns out that it wasn't your dream job and you hate it, or like, let's say, people who want to be a famous actor or something, or a musician, and then they get there and they're miserable. Nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to admit that the dream they had, or whatever it was, it didn't work out for them. So usually when you do something in life and people support you in it, the last thing you want to do is go back on it and say, yeah, that was a bad idea. I don't really enjoy this. That's the funny thing about life. All you can do is stay mindful and keep pursuing your true self. I choose to believe that there is a magical place that I can call home. And that's not the home I grew up in. It's a home in a faraway land that I yearn for. Land that I can feel the emotions of, and it's like it's on the other side of a wormhole. Like I could just reach through and be there, but I have to go through all these experiences to bring it to reality, to the surface. And it's like the experience is already there, locked up in a jar, waiting to burst open for me. Just have to do my time first.
motherfucker! Ah! Ah! I'm not done yet.
Have you spotted? Like,
Yeah, buddy. Holy fuck.
I'm having fun now.
Freak on a leash by Corn.
this is a drop set. Now you can drop. Not bad. Go, five. Press. Good. Come on, 4. I got you. Press. Up.
You can hear it.
This guy's having dandruff. Oh yeah. Oh, getting freaky over here. Oh. I'm not trying to be Dorian Yates today and trudge through the snow to the gym, so this son of a bitch is gonna do its very best to get me there.